Tonight, on a very special episode of Episodes, I'm Django and he's Razor.
I am still Razor, that is correct.
He is still Razor. And we're still watching The Mandalorian, Episode 2 this evening.
Season 3, Episode 2, yes.
Season 3, Episode 2, yes, that's a good correction. Because we're not starting where you would think, but we're starting where you would want.
Well, look, Season 1 came out years ago. Everybody's seen it by now. We're not gonna...
I'm sure. Hopefully everyone's seen this, you would think.
Well, I have to say, I have heard, like, people kind of are more meh about this season. Like, not as excited as they were for the first two. I wonder if,
Alright, I mean, yeah.
I wonder if Book of Boba and Obi-Wan kind of taken the wind out of the Star Wars sails a little bit.
You know, I could see that. Maybe. Just throw some more Luke Skywalker in here. That'll be fine. That'll do it.
Yeah, everybody wants more CGI Luke.
Yeah. And they did it in a Book of Boba Fett of all places.
They did a whole Luke episode. They did a all Luke all the time. Oops, all Luke.
And nobody complained. I would have to imagine there's gonna be a lot of Luke, at least in one episode of Ahsoka, like them actually talking and about shit.
Yeah. I am gonna complain a little bit. I am not a fan of how they depict Luke, how he runs his new Jedi school. Because, like, and maybe this is just a thing where I was familiar with the EU version and I like it better, but, like, the entire reason that the Jedi failed was all of that no attachment stuff. And then he goes and tells Grogu, you have to pick between having attachments and being a Jedi. And I know they have to, like, have the school be flawed because it has to share continuity with the sequel movies. But I don't want it to.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, I
guess.
Like,
the entire reason Luke succeeded at the end of Return of the Jedi is because he didn't give up his attachment to his father.
No, you're right. I mean, I don't know what they were trying to do with the sequel trilogy, but what came across as pretty apparent to me was Luke couldn't let go of the Jedi, the way that he thought the Jedi was supposed to be, because Luke never actually knew what being a Jedi was. He wasn't really trained. He was trained by Yoda a little bit, but he didn't go to school. He didn't do all that stuff. So...
And you would hope that when you're building a new way of teaching it, that you would try not to repeat the mistakes of the old, but...
He didn't get there, I guess, until The Last Jedi, though. He did get there eventually.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? All of this is wrong.
But I would rather he had succeeded in rebuilding the Jedi instead of having to rely on Rey to do it, because those movies are a bummer.
I don't disagree. I really, really don't disagree.
Let's watch a Star Wars thing that's not a bummer. Let's get into the episode.
Let's do that. And Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 2. It's alright. Kryptonite.
It is neat that it turned all to green crystal.
Yeah, it's cute.
I do. Like, how many bombs do you have to drop to turn an entire planet to crystal?
All of them. They had a specific Death Star just for Mandalore, and they just focused everything they could all over that planet.
Did they though? Because all I saw was TIE fighters dropping bombs.
You're right. Dude, whatever it was effective. There's Bo-Katan on her toilet.
Yeah. It's literally the throne.
What happened in this episode? I forgot. They'll remind us. We're gonna watch it.
Yeah, yeah, he's gonna finally go to Mandalore. We spent all of the first episode preparing to go to Mandalore, looking for a droid.
That's
He's got to
okay.
find that.
Yes.
Got to
Okay.
find a droid, and what a coincidence that the best place to find the droid is back on fucking Tatooine.
Tatooine, man.
The if there's a bright center to the galaxy, you're on the planet farthest from it, and yet all of the plot happens on
I
Tatooine
know.
and everything Star Wars ever.
You would think that this should be Coruscant. Like this is the fucking center of everything. No, this is Tatooine. Just the
I don't know.
actual center of everything.
I guess this lady who works at Tatooine is apparently the only mechanic Mando knows in the entire galaxy.
Apparently so.
So whenever he needs mechanic stuff, he always has to fly all the way here to talk to her.
There was another one of these places that looked actually super similar on Andor with a different mechanic.
Yeah, every
That's
once in a while we actually do get to see a different desert planet, but not on Mando. On Mando, it's always Tatooine.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And apparently, what a coincidence, this droid, R5D4, is the one that the Luke's Uncle Owen was about to buy from the Jawas, but it
Oh,
broke
is it?
down, so he bought R2 instead. Yeah. Yeah, this is the
That's
same
fun.
droid. What a coincidence, this is the same droid.
That's cool. What a small universe.
Exactly.
A very small universe. Sorry, galaxy. Okay, cool. Wonder how long it'll last though.
Mm.
They'll get a new ship eventually.
The Razor Crest made it 2 seasons.
2 seasons? Oh,
In spite of it constantly being torn apart and put back together.
yeah, he crashed and all those other shit. Yeah, that's all right. Those ships are apparently as durable as the Mandalorian himself.
Well, that is the thing. Like they got him a nice shiny chrome one to match his armor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was cute, and they did that to this one too. I guess
That's the idea.
stripped off all the yellow. It's so weird hearing like a person speak Jawa. I mean, yeah, look at Mando. He's got the like the cape thing. He's got a bandolier. I don't know how to say that word. He's got like
It's Bandolier, that's correct.
okay, okay. He's got that. He's got the shit on his boots. He's got the. He just looks super cowboy. He looks super
Well, he
cowboy.
doesn't have like Boba Fett wears actual stirrups.
That's true. He does. He wears those things on his boots.
Yeah, he's got ammo belts around his boots. That's pretty
Yeah,
cowboy.
it is pretty cowboy. The way his holster works, I don't know. It all screams. They went for it. They definitely went for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm not
He's
complaining.
uh he's Aaron Black in a helmet.
He really is. I'm still surprised the Mando goes with R5 here.
Yeah, I thought his whole thing was it has to be IG-11 because it's the only droid I've ever met that I could trust. Like,
Yeah,
why?
like, and this guy's falling apart right in front of you, dude. Like, all right,
But but fuck it, we got to get to Mandalore, man. We got to get the plot moving.
you have to get. And then, I mean, the droid is really just here so the kid can get back to Bo-Katan. That's the real reason why the droid is here.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody does need to pilot later.
Yeah. What is this holiday? She just said
Boon.
it.
It's Boonta Eve. It's the
What's Eve?
same day that they were celebrating in the pod race in episode 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
that pod race was called the Boonta Eve Classic.
Man, I gotta watch episode 1 again.
I have no idea what Boonta Eve celebrates. Maybe it's because it's not Space Christmas. That's Wookiee Life Day.
Yeah, and it's not the one that's like the celebration of the Empire falling or the Death Star being blown up,
No,
obviously.
no, because it was around before that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If we're gonna set up this map stuff for no reason at all, not gonna become very important later.
No, no, it's there's no specific reason that
No,
that Grogu needs to know about maps right this moment.
definitely not. Is Concordia where the other Mandalorians, the Children of the Watch, are?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, where they were
Or
in
yeah.
Clone Wars,
Wait,
because the Watch is where Mando is from. Those the guys who fought the alligator last episode. That's what's left of them.
is that where they are though? Are they still on Concordia? The beach and shit?
I don't I don't think they're on Concordia. I think they're on just some
Oh.
random planet that we weren't told what planet it is. But maybe I'm wrong.
Well, they are in hiding, so I guess that would make sense if they were somewhere else.
I don't remember if there was a subtitle or anything like that.
I don't think so. This is a cool shot. The CG looks very good.
Yeah. Yeah, the effects in this show are generally pretty solid.
They are. It's not always the case in other shows, so when I
No,
see
no,
it,
I mean some of that Marvel Phase 4 stuff looking a little
ooh,
rushed.
ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. But when you see good shit, appreciate it, even if it looks like Krypton.
According to the wiki, the Armorer and the other Mandos are on an unknown planet. They are not on Concordia.
Confirmed.
Oh,
The what's up?
uh, Lateef Crowder is actually Din Djarin's stunt double.
Is he? Okay.
He's the main character.
All right. Well, I mean, he doesn't do much capoeira in this show, but
No, but he's capable of other things too.
I guess so. And Mando does get knocked around a lot, so he definitely needs those guys.
Yeah, yeah.
That's another thing I like about it's part of that Western vibe. He gets beat up a lot. As much as he's awesome, like he gets beat up, he falls down a bunch. He's not graceful a lot of the time. You're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna
he's
see any superhero landings from him.
yeah, he as the main character of a thing, he lucks his way into a lot of situations that are unlikely and ends up successful, and sometimes on the internet people see that and they call it a Mary Sue, but he doesn't fight like a Mary Sue at all. He gets his ass kicked
No,
a lot.
he does. I mean, he does in this episode a couple
He's
of times. He needs
he's very
saving.
much like scraping by.
He's a damsel twice in this episode.
That's true.
Damn it! I'll get out, do it myself. You ever wonder how his cape doesn't catch on fire when he's using his jetpack? I wonder that in this episode because he uses jetpack a lot.
Yeah, luck. Just it's just always at the right angle to not be next to the nozzle.
Let's see. Where
I mean,
the what was that? Go
it's
ahead.
not a big cape. It's more like a large scarf.
Yeah. It's one of those things. I forgot what they're called.
It's kind of poncho-y, but not. I
Poncho-y,
don't know.
yeah, kind of poncho-y, and that's the idea they're going for.
Yeah.
Do you know if the Children of the Watch group, Din Djarin's group, was ever mentioned before this show?
Yeah, yeah, they were the Watch was part of a big Clone Wars story arc like so in the Clone Wars, Bo-Katan's sister was like this big pacifist who became like the leader of Mandalore and wanted to like change the ways so that they wouldn't constantly be like dying in wars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the Watch was a big group that opposed her, and they ended up bringing in Darth Maul to fight for them and overthrow her. And
That was
that
the
did
same
not.
group?
Yeah, yeah. That
Oh.
So yeah, Bo-Katan's sister Satine, and she was also like Obi-Wan's love interest.
Oh.
And she ended up dying, and then they had to get Ahsoka's help to get Darth Maul out of there, and that's how Bo-Katan ended up in charge of the planet.
Okay. Okay. So I guess without, well, with they weren't
But
called
yeah,
the Watch. Were they called the Watch? They
they
were
were called
called.
they were called Death Watch
It's
originally. That was the full name.
pretty metal.
Yeah.
I guess
And
they
so
dropped that without Darth Maul.
well, they're called the Children of the Watch are like people foundlings that Death Watch adopted.
Oh, okay. Okay. But Din Djarin was not part of Death Watch.
No, he was a child during the Clone Wars. Like he
Okay.
was orphaned, but like his parents were, I guess, killed by. The reason he hates droids is because like the droids had killed his parents.
Oh,
You know, in the
some lore I forgot
what was the fucking other faction that Dooku was in charge of? The started with a C.
of Mandalorians.
No, that
You're asking the wrong guy.
were they just called the Confederacy?
Oh, were they? Okay.
The
That sounds
Separatists.
familiar. The
Yeah, they were
separate.
they
Oh,
were
okay.
the Confederacy, but more often they were called the Separatists. Yeah, the Separatist droids
Okay. Okay.
killed Din Djarin's parents, orphaned him, and then he was adopted by the Mandos,
Yeah.
by Death Watch.
Okay. See, I didn't know that shit.
Well, you saw it in I think it was season 1. There was a flashback to him as a little kid, and there was like one of those big droids from episode 1.
So I just forgot all that. It's been a while.
Hmm.
Not catching on fire. The cape is fine. This episode to me is the Dark Souls episode. It really is just Dark Souls. Come down here. You got a weird mission. He tries to pick this shit up. It's a mimic. It changes on him and traps him. And then he has to call in a summons. And one of his buddies comes in to help him. It really feels like Grogu's gonna start talking soon.
He has been making more noises lately. They're probably building up to an actual first word.
I'm pretty sure the first thing he's gonna say is "This is the way."
You don't think it'll be something a little more like typical of a baby's first words, like "dada" or something like that?
Don't actually, because this is special, dude. He's a he's a fucking Yoda, whatever the hell he is.
He is 50 years old. I don't know, like the normal aging speed.
I think the first thing he's gonna say is gonna be "This is the way," and I would put money on it. I think he's gonna pick this up. It's a mimic, and it's gonna get grabbed.
You know, for a planet that's supposedly poison, there's an awful lot of living things on it,
Or,
especially down here.
well, we just found out a minute ago it's not poison.
Right. I'm just saying,
Flies.
it's odd that none of them came by and checked.
It is really odd, except for a Jawa. Apparently, of course, it was a Jawa.
Yeah.
I still don't know what the hell this thing is.
It's a little like crab alien inside of a small robot inside of a bigger robot.
Right, right. I got that part. Just like I don't know what it is. Like I've never seen something like that in the Star Wars before. I guess except General Grievous is kind of like that, sort of.
Yeah, it does. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Grievous too, but
Oh,
Grievous
that's
was
next to
not
it. What
just
is
some
that?
kind of eyeball hermit crab thing.
No, no, he had a mouth at least.
Is because that's all I could like. It does remind me of a hermit crab, but
Yeah, yeah.
its shell is robots.
Multiple robots. Yeah, like a Russian alien robot doll.
Like what is the goal here? Because it hangs him up like it's gonna cook him over fire, but instead it starts draining his blood.
Yeah, I thought it was after the Beskar at first, but it's just throwing that shit away, I guess.
I guess it just wants to drink blood. I don't know.
Even more so, I want to know what this thing is because that's weird. For Star Wars, that's hella weird. See, it's got tubes on it too, so the blood must
Yeah,
fuel
yeah.
it. Those tubes look just like the ones that he pumps blood out of. I'm guessing.
Well, those tubes are yellow. There's some kind
Well,
of bodily fluid.
well, yeah, but they're empty. He needs some more. He's about to get some more, and
I
then they're
don't
gonna
know.
stop pumping again.
I would guess those tubes connect his organs to his robot parts or something.
Well, yeah, okay. Nearly gives no shits about guns or dark sabers.
Well, you can't eat a dark saber.
Oh no, he can't eat anything. I thought, but like he's got a mouth somewhere, or he gets fed intravenously. I don't know.
Can't drink a dark saber.
You can't drink a dark saber. All of Grogu's walking and jumping. It's pretty funny. It looks like a puppet.
Yeah, yeah, it is always kind of silly watching Grogu quote unquote jump because it's obvious they're just popping the puppet into the air.
Yeah. And on Book of Boba Fett when he was with Luke, and Luke was just like moving him.
Like, yeah, when he does a flip and it's clearly an inanimate object.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's okay, man. It's the Force. That weapon seems pretty good against Mandalorians, actually. Since they're wearing so much metal, I guess electricity is like, you
I
know,
do wonder if there's like you would think there's got to be some kind of precautions because otherwise they would just get electrocuted all the time.
yeah, just like tase their asses, and the Mandalorians are like
I mean, just a layer of clothes under the armor is probably helpful.
I guess. We see him hit Bo-Katan in a minute with it, and she's pretty affected. Still think it's fucked up. Kimchi'd. Now R5D4's real purpose on the show is here.
Yeah, somebody has to pilot the ship.
Grogu can point. That's about the extent of it. There's even a dragon. This is definitely the Dark Souls episode. It really is. This droid is cool. She looks especially like she's sitting on a toilet here. I'm just saying.
You know what? To her right, it looks like there's a pillow, like she does sleep on this throne.
Yeah. Yeah. She's got no other reason for living right now, apparently. Like, if I don't have my friends and the Darksaber, I got nothing to do.
Wonder what she eats.
Hog soup.
Does the droid go out and make grocery runs? How does that work?
Of course. And somebody has to be coming here to, like... Well, I guess they don't have to. I was gonna say, it's like... ships of goods from other planets would probably come in here, but... Maybe they have their own stuff here. That ship is cool.
It's got that kind of Clone Wars era, like it's the shape of a TIE fighter, but it's not at all a TIE fighter, so you can kind of see the evolution path
I
of
thought,
ship, I
like,
guess.
whenever it raises its wings up, it kind of looks like her helmet in a weird
I
way.
can see that a little bit. Oh.
Yeah, a little bit. We're doing this again, Mandalore. Pretty and fucked up.
Yeah, the Empire was a real hard time for everybody.
Yeah. Talk for a while about what the Empire did to poor Grogu. Woof.
I do wonder, because apparently he spent like 45 years just sleeping in his pram, or what?
Just sleeping?
Because we've seen a flashback to him like being snuck out of the Jedi Temple
Yeah.
on the night of Order 66, and then Mando finds him at the beginning of the series.
What do you think?
What happened in between there?
Maybe Pershing and like the Empire dudes had him all the time.
Well, then how did he get free that they had to hire him to get him back or whatever?
I have no idea. Tell us eventually, please. I also want to know who saved him. Who do you think saved him?
You mean which Jedi got him out of the temple, or?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't want to spoil it, but we get to see some more of that in episode 4.
Oh shit. Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
I still have not watched it.
Yeah, he has a little bit more flashback.
Okay. Nice boob armor. It's always interesting boob armor, you know?
You know, I don't think it's fair to call it boob armor if it doesn't have cleavage. And hers is very, like, flat in the middle. Like, straight across.
It is,
It's
but I
just
mean,
it's
like,
just it's just contoured to fit her body. That's
right.
not. There's nothing wrong with that. That's
Well, no, there's nothing wrong with it, of course.
I don't know. It's just that whenever somebody on the internet says the phrase "boob armor," it's prelude to a complaint.
I have no
The
complaints about boob armor.
Fair enough.
Now we're down here with the Ninja Turtles.
Personally, I think you look at like the Romans had armor that had sculpted pecs and abs. Batman's armor has sculpted pecs and abs.
Dude, yeah.
Like I find that people who complain about armor that is shaped to the contours of the body of the person wearing it, the people who complain about that are fucking assholes. They're just obnoxious people.
Okay, well, I'm definitely not complaining.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm just commenting. They are contoured well to her chest. It's kind of funny, but it's cool. You gotta have it. It's functional.
Yeah, it fits her. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
I've been sitting on a throne all day, still wearing the armor. But I guess Mandalorians have to do that. They have to like go to the bathroom like in their full armor, wearing their mask. They have to do everything. I assume they sleep in it too. Watch TV. Pew pew. Are you one of those people that wants Bo-Katan and Din Djarin to hook up?
I I will not complain if the show goes that way.
Okay.
It does kind of feel like they're building a connection between the two of them. I think it's kind of cute, but I can also absolutely see like a swerve coming where like you think they're getting close, and then at the last minute she challenges him to a fight for the dark saber. You know?
Yeah. Especially with how she's as we're gonna see, he's hiding some of the shit they find out here from Din Djarin. So
Indeed.
she's got her own motives and her own plan going on. Yeah, what the fuck is this dude trying to like?
I don't know. He wants to drain his blood for some fucking reason.
And look at this place, like,
Yeah,
ugh,
everything is
tetanus.
rusty. You've got tetanus for sure, buddy.
Really, like, ugh,
It is disgusting.
he needs to go chill in a back to tank for a while after
Like
this.
the inside of the blood tube is crusty.
Oh yeah. Apparently, this weird biological thing is fine. See, she gets fucked up by that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Zap zap pew pew. He's shooting her in the ass. Well, is
She's
there any precedent for the thing being so heavy for Din Djarin? Has that ever happened with anybody
uh
ever?
well no, Satine had the same problem in Rebels. The
Oh,
dark saber is more force-y than other lightsabers, I guess, and it like you have to like I don't know, have like a clear mind and not be like conflicted about stuff and like center yourself and get all zen in order to swing it good.
hmm. Maybe it's like a purity of
And
motive type thing. And Din is all conflicted because he's a dad.
yeah, he
But
was
Bo Katan is like, as we've seen her with her throne, She's all ruling all the time. That's what she's after.
Yeah, and also she has experience. She's had it before.
Yeah, there's that too. I mean, he's had it for a while now.
Yeah, but he still hasn't figured it out yet. Like,
Clearly, yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
because Satine to get good with it, she had to train with the Jedi, like the main cast member of Rebels who was a Jedi.
Oh.
Uh, Kanan Jarrus. He's a really cool character.
Did he die?
Yeah. I mean,
Spoilers.
Rebels is set slightly before A New Hope, so it would be weird to have an active Jedi in the rebellion when Luke Skywalker joins,
You're
and
right.
nobody
Yeah.
mentions it, right?
Yeah, that's true. She's making pog soup here. Are pogs a thing from the sequel trilogy? Those weird little things?
Well, those were porgs.
Orgs. Okay.
Those fat bird things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so they're not eating the. I bet those things make good soup.
I,
Or
I'm sure
it
they
would
just
be
taste like
good in
chicken.
soup. I probably do, which would probably make good soup. Make some pork noodle soup. Come on, you guys gotta eat that way. Really? Like, at least just make it so like tell her to turn around, so nobody can watch you take the helmet off and actually eat your shit. I don't know. It's fine.
Look, it made it to his mouth.
It did. You're right.
Maybe
Maybe
he could get a straw. It's just soup.
that's what I was gonna say. You could like walk around with your own straw. Like, some people walk around with like a bottle opener. Walk around with your own straw if you're a Mandalorian. At least the child of the watch, because you can't take that shit off.
Yeah, that's.
Practical. This place looks really cool.
I guess city wreckage is not difficult to make. It's
Well, I mean, like,
it's all inanimate objects. None of it has a skin texture. Those are the really hard CGI. The
sure. But
somebody
it's
with a
not
face.
like we've seen lots of apocalyptic shit lately. I mean, for the past 10, 15 years or so.
I will say
Lots of it.
there has been a great deal of media depicting ruined cities. It is true.
I'm glad this one is at least different. It has its own vibe. It's
Yeah,
inside,
it's
it's
all
vertical.
underground. It's a slightly different look. Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
little different.
Also, what I appreciate is that none of the characters in the show are blatant ripoffs of Mad Max. Because that's what you usually get with the apocalypse stuff, is somebody's got
Right,
to be
yeah.
fucking... Somebody has to be a Lord Humongous or a
I
fucking
think that
Wes.
weird robot thing is about the closest we're going to get to that.
I am so... You haven't watched the third Mortal Kombat animated movie, right?
Mm, which one is that?
Snowblind. It's the Kenshi and Sub-Zero one.
I did, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. I I'm so sick of the Mad Max apocalypses, man.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody is not sick of it, and that somebody is a lot of somebodies, apparently.
Yeah, how long is it gonna take before they do get sick of it? Like, catch up. Stop making it.
Um, I don't know, dude. I'm not gonna hold my breath.
See, Grogu ships it. He can tell.
Gross. He is the Force. He can see things that they can't. He doesn't
like the
see this
fact that,
thing.
well, no, it takes him a bit to get that deep.
I did enjoy the controversy about, was he pulled under? Did he just fall?
Yeah, because when she dives in to get him, like, she doesn't have to get a tentacle off his ankle or anything like that. It seems like he just
He
slipped.
just
Like,
fell.
he just
Yeah. All
stepped
that
where
Beskar.
he thought there would be floor, there wasn't, and he went straight down.
I mean, that Beskar can't be that light, can it?
No, it's...
Nope.
I think she uses her jetpack to get back up.
Yeah, but he takes his off.
Yeah, he's dropping a bunch of gear.
Making sure, but yeah, there goes the jetpack.
But he's also like, he's not under very long, but he's out like a light.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
what, was
all.
he so surprised he swallowed a big gulp of water and just immediately started choking, or what?
That's one of those Hollywood things, I think.
Yeah.
Whatever. He just passes out. Blah blah blah.
Yep, there he goes. I'm surprised the jetpack is so functional underwater.
Yeah, that was a surprise, and it's lucky and convenient for Mando here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have been screwed. This is the second time Bo-Katan's had to come to the rescue this episode.
Yep.
Damn it, Mando. Just out.
Yeah, just...
Like,
What are
maybe
they
he
so...
hit his head on something on the way down.
Maybe they're so deep that he got like the bends or some kind of rush and it just fainted.
She didn't? Like, she went down pretty fast. She was jetpacking down.
No, but
Look at that shit.
I don't know. I'm looking for a hand wave and there isn't one.
You're right. Nope. Okay. Has the Mythosaur ever like showed up in any of the other stuff?
I mean,
Have
I
you
know
I
I've
mean, it
never
exists in lore, but have we seen
yeah,
it?
the logo, because Boba Fett always wore that logo. It was always
Right.
called a Mythosaur, and I'm
Yeah.
sure there is art of one in the EU. I've never seen one in a main thing before. That's our first time.
Okay. Those guys looked way cooler there.
You know, another thing that just occurred to me: aren't their helmets airtight so they can like? Because when he got out of the ship earlier, and he didn't know if it was breathable yet.
Yeah. But apparently he just forgot all of that on the way down.
Yeah, maybe you have to manually seal it.
Like I said, damsel.
Well,
Score by Joseph Shirley. There's a new scorer person. Composer is the word.
Composer, yes.
Composer. For this season. But they're obviously still using the other guys' themes.
So that was episode 2. Mando has successfully been baptized in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Indeed, he has. He just has to take some of that shit back to the armorer.
Yeah, because apparently it makes funny colors, and that's how you know it's the real stuff. And you didn't just...
they set that up. I forgot they set that up.
We couldn't just go get some tap water and lie to them.
No. That would have been too. You know, as Visla would have been on that. Like, man, he was pissed. He's pissed anyway. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode. See you
Yeah,
guys
that's
in the next one.
yeah. See you later, nerds.